monsters are real. They know where you live. They're under your bed. They're coming for you. Are you afraid? Run.
What do you mean?
No, don't look under there. Don't, please don't.
I'm getting
Please
nervous.
Don't.
What? Deacon?
I was saving it for later.
What do you mean saving?
I was gonna eat it.
What?
Yeah. Ooh, don't let it fall.
Clumsy.
It's a clumsy meal right there.
Wow, okay, so that thing about the cat was true.
Yeah.
And now this.
Yeah, it's a little skinny for me though. I don't really think I want to eat this one. You know what? You can have it.
Okay.
You can have it.
Where did you even find this?
It was under the table. I don't know.
You'd be
That's why I
surprised.
thought it was so interesting.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people bring their pets to work and leave them unattended.
Did you just steal somebody's puppy?
No.
Holy fucking shit, it's zombies.
I'm gonna go grab my bag.
Sir, zombies.
We are spinning some story in the news that it's just bath salts, but no, it's actually zombies. We have a whole block cordoned off in downtown Atlanta. There's no time to waste, agents. You have to go now.
Yeah, this is a problem. I only did zombies once and it was a nightmare. We need to get moving now.
What happened?
You don't want to know.
Okay, well, I guess that's it then.
Alright, time to go. Move.
Let's go.
Go. You need to go first. There's only one way out of the table.
Oh, there's a dog on the floor.
Oh no, my dog.
Our monster hunters are arriving on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, after hearing reports of possible zombie attacks from their director of the Supernatural and Occult Reconnaissance Division of the FBI, JFK2, sent them out on this mission to see what was going on. So you're all in Esteban's Bullet, his 1968 Chevy muscle car, speeding down the highway on your way to Atlanta.
Yeah, zombies. I have nothing on this one, to be honest.
This is like the most basic of monster hunting, Esteban. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
it's
but
like you hit them in the head and they die.
Well, the thing about zombies is when we fight other monsters, there's like one or two we have to deal with, but when it's zombies, there's like dozens or hundreds.
Yeah, but how? I mean, they got like soft heads, don't they? You can just like smash.
What if they can run though? Because you know you have the kind of zombies that like.
The shamblers.
But then you have the kind that can run.
Yeah, are these Day of the Dead zombies or are these like Walking Dead zombies? I'm not sure.
I've only ever dealt with the shamblers. I've read reports of the runners, and anybody who has to deal with the runners usually doesn't come back.
See?
We talking like I Am Legend zombies? Or...
Yeah, like World War Z.
Oh, I don't like those. I've read that book.
None of those books or movies or properties are canon in this universe. This is the 1970s. Those don't exist.
Of course.
Actually, Day of the Dead exists. So you guys are discussing the possible, what you might encounter, and you pull up into the city. Beautiful downtown Atlanta. There's you're driving through one of the hipster neighborhoods, like 5 Points, and there's this beautiful red brick, vintage style. Well, I guess it's the 70s, so it's modern. Red brick donut shop with a big donut on the awning, with a bite taken out of it, and it's got like two eyes and a little happy face, and it's like a vanilla frosting with sprinkles donut, and underneath in like pink bubble letters it says the Happy Donut. And you're pulling up to this and you see outside a familiar sight. Usually when you arrive on the crime scene, the local police have already canvassed the area for you. You know, when the sword agents get called in, it's usually because it's a regular case that something is a little bit off about. So, you know, you're already prepared to arrive and have the local police there waiting for you.
Okay. Everybody put on your happy faces. It's time to get to work. Who wants to talk with the cops first?
Don't you love talking to cops? Maybe you should do that.
I don't love it, but I guess it is my job. All right, everybody get out. I'll put the little blue light on the top. Be like, I'm a cop. And
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, you drive up to the barricade. They pull it apart and let you through.
and I'll step out first. And I'll just kick out like my 3 cups of like coffee I had to drink to drive all the way from Nevada to Georgia and
They
one
just
straight go.
One of the hipsters with like a scarf and red hair pulled back into a ponytail is like, "Hey man, that's littering."
It's all right. I'm not gonna give myself a ticket. And I close the door, and I look for the most important cop I can see.
There's only 3 you see uniformed police officers here. They all just look like regular beat cops. But the one who seems to be taking the lead, he has a notepad out and he's just kind of pointing around to the other cops as they're like holding things up in evidence bags, like a coffee cup in evidence, and he's like, "Okay, yes." And somebody picks up a half-eaten donut and he's like, "No, throw that away." You see his name tag says Officer Ramirez.
As I walk up, I elbow Holly. I go, "Ooh, look, he has a notepad too. Maybe you guys can get together after this." Officer Ramirez?
Yes, are you with the FBI?
Oh, yes, sir. Agent Caldera.
He sticks his hand out.
Nice to meet you, sir. What can you tell us?
We got a report of an attack earlier this morning. We arrived on the scene as quickly as we could. I really don't know how to describe it, sir. Maybe it'd be better just to show you.
All right, let's see what we got.
Are they with you?
Yes, these are my 2 agents. That's my name. Deacon and Holly. They are with me.
A fellow notepad connoisseur, I see.
I like the small ones.
Mine's invisible. And he takes you guys into the back room of the coffee shop. And on like a table in the kitchen, you see a dead woman's body with rotting green flesh, and it seems like her bones are a little bit exposed on her arms and face. It's absolutely disgusting, grotesque picture, and the officers are covering their noses as they're leading you in, and he turns to you and says, "I know this isn't really procedure, but that's not fucking normal."
Well, thankfully for you, we deal with not normal. And I look, and the first thing I look for to see is if she has a head wound.
She does have, it looks like the top left corner of her head has been like compressed in by some kind of blunt force trauma.
All right, so she won't be getting back up.
I hope not.
You never know.
We only have one witness still here. The others are being taken to St. Saintly's Hospital for bite wound treatments.
Bite wound treatments.
Yeah, so we arrived on the scene and she was already dead, and we heard from the chef that she just came in and started going crazy and attacking the patrons, apparently clawing them, biting them, and we inspected them. Agent Anderson used to be an EMT. He took a look at their wounds. I just called him Agent.
Agent Anderson.
Officer Anderson used to be an EMT. He took a look at their wounds. They didn't seem too bad, but obviously we have no idea what this lady, obviously she's infected with some kind of disgusting, terrible disease. We're just taking all the necessary precautions, making sure everyone wears masks and stays, 6 feet away from each other.
Officer, quick question. Where's the nearest undead Bath and Beyond? I'm worried this might be bath salt related.
That's what we were thinking too, but as you can see, she's quite an old lady. No ID on the body yet, but you think this woman was taking bath salts?
I'm not going to rule anything out.
It's the 70s.
People take anything these days.
You're absolutely right. That's why you're the FBI.
Do you know from any reports if she wandered in? Like, how did she enter the premises?
Well, you best just talk to the chef.
You said Officer Anderson dealt with these people, correct?
Yeah, he points over to the officer who was picking up the donut crumbs. He's like looking at a chocolate donut, and he's looking at like a jelly stuffed donut, and he's looking at them both, and he's like, "Which one?"
Are you not an EM? Okay. I'm gonna talk to Anderson. You guys talk to the chef. I have some questions for him.
Sounds good.
We will convene with you in a little bit. We have some more questions to ask.
Yeah, please. Honestly, I'm sick to my stomach. If you guys can give us any more answers, this is way out of my league.
And I'll walk over to Officer Anderson.
He's inspecting the donuts. Like, I think food poisoning.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to put that down for a second.
Yes, he gets up and brushes his hands off.
I'm Agent Caldera from the FBI. I'm here to ask you some questions about what happened here. I heard you treated the victims.
Well, I just took a look at their wounds. They seemed only surface level. It didn't go too deep.
Where were they bitten?
All on the hands and forearms, it seems like. From what I could tell and from what they described, they were putting up a little bit of a fight. I don't know what got into this old lady. Maybe it was food poisoning, but she apparently just went wild, came in and went wild and started attacking everybody and clawing and biting them. And it was all standard what you'd see for defensive wounds. You know, they were trying to protect their face and just scratches and claws and bites along their forearms and hands. But as I said, it was only penetrated a few layers of skin. No one got bit too badly, I don't think.
You didn't notice some abnormal discoloration around the wounds, maybe green or some pus or anything like that?
No, I mean, I imagine whatever was wrong with this lady sent her into some kind of, killer rage or something, but I don't know if it had anything to do with her teeth. I think they're fake.
Okay. And anything else you can tell us about the victims? Were they starting to act strange, maybe getting a fever or anything like that? Or?
No, they all seemed pretty normal. I mean, they were pretty, scared about having an old woman just running and biting them. I think anyone would be taken off guard by that. But from what I could tell, no, they seem pretty fine. We got them sent off to the hospital as quick as we could.
St. Lee's.
St. Lee's? Yeah, the local hospital.
I may have to visit them after this just to be sure they're all right.
Sure. I mean, ambulance just arrived about an hour ago.
An hour ago they were taken away. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for everything you've done here. And if I have any more questions, I'll let you know.
Copy that.
And I go to look at the old woman's body.
He gets down and picks up the donuts, and he's like, I know one of you did it.
You know what? I'm going to leave him to that. He's got heart.
In the back of the kitchen area, just kind of leaning up in the corner, you see a very muscular gentleman with a chef's coat, an apron, and chef's hat that are all just extremely tight against his body. He's got really thick muscular arms and rolled up sleeves that you can see from the elbows down, and it looks like they go up under his shirt as well. He's just covered in tattoos. He's got tribal tattoos and barbed wire and stuff. You see one large tattoo on his right forearm is it just strikes you just because of its religious nature. It's like a horizon with a sunset, like a half sun, and then in the middle of this sun is just a very large cross, and there's light streaks and everything comes across it. It's just very prominent on his arm, very noticeable as you walk up to him. He's got his back leaned up against the wall in the corner. He's just kind of tapping his foot and just looking at the ground.
Hello, sir. Holly Jameson, FBI.
Oh, they called in the FBI, did they?
Yep. Can you tell us what happened here?
Well, sure. I was just serving up the donuts to the customers like I do. We got regulars come in here, get their morning donuts and coffee, provide a valuable service to the citizens of Atlanta. Nothing out of the ordinary until this old lady came in, stumbled right up to the counter, grabbed one of the patrons that was waiting in line and just bit him and started coming at him. A couple people tried to help. They got them too. And we all just fought her off, kicked her away. I smacked her over the head with a chair. And we all locked ourselves back here in the kitchen until the police showed up.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. One more time. I'm Deacon Summers, FBI. Don't look too closely at my picture, thank you.
The name's Chef.
Okay, nice to meet you, Chef. One question before we proceed. You weren't bitten or scratched by this woman, were you?
No, I acted quick as soon as I saw her going crazy. I mean, we've never had anything like that happen here before. This is a nice neighborhood. People are all real friendly to each other. We don't have fights break out, let alone fights started by some little old lady. I mean, she did look awful sick. I'm sure she probably wasn't right in the head, but no, I just acted as quick as I could, got everyone inside. As I said, I perhaps let the adrenaline get the better of me, and I smacked that old woman in the head with a chair.
She wasn't a regular, was she? You've never seen her before.
I have no idea who this woman is.
Was there anybody else that you haven't seen before? Maybe hanging around, maybe getting a donut or something before she showed up?
Yeah, I mean, we get new fresh faces in here all the time.
And then nobody rubbed you the wrong way, nobody set off alarm bells. You must meet a lot of people, good at reading them.
Yeah, who would want to cause trouble at the Happy Donut? It's a happy place.
You're right, it is a happy place.
Says it on the sign.
You're right, it does. We'll make sure to bring, I was going to say bring the person who did this to justice, but it seems like she may already be dispatched.
Yeah, if you guys could, finish your investigation and get this lady out of the kitchen, I would appreciate that at the very least.
Well, there's one last thing. Just out of curiosity, I am a purveyor of the arts, and on your arm I noticed a big, different religious, some symbolism there that I've never seen before, and I'd like to roll to manipulate someone to see if he'd tell me a little about it.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
That's going to be a 13, so a success.
Oh, this is just a group that I was a part of. They help with recovery.
Recovery of...
I prefer not to say.
Fair enough.
But they've been immensely helpful to me in my life, and it's just a little bit of a reminder, nothing more.
You left on
special
good
than that.
terms?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I left, but
Still a part of.
I don't keep up as much as I used to.
Okay, and I'm assuming whatever this group is, there's a local chapter?
We're all over. It's kind of a underground type scenario.
Okay, well, if you feel like divulging any more about it, I don't know if it pertains at all to our investigation, but like you said, if there's people out there that are helpful, if you could put us into contact, if you have a change of heart, come find us.
Sure thing. I don't know if there'll be any help to you, young man. I don't just try to stay out of trouble and don't go down the same path that some others went down. And you won't need their help.
Come back and Esteban is like looking at her mouth and is like trying to wiggle her teeth.
Hey, don't touch
Officer
that.
Ramirez is behind you like, oh, get off, gross. Oh.
Why are you
Please.
messing with her dentures?
Anderson said they were fake.
Right.
He's taking a lot of different pictures.
If they're fake, there's a less of a chance of the people getting bit would be infected.
Right.
But I want to see if that's true.
Well, I'm worried if that's the case that these are dentures, maybe there's some sort of necromancer wandering around. If there's only one of them and none of the other patients are showing any signs.
Well, that's another thing. I was told 3 patients have made their way to St. Saintly's. I want to try to get over there as fast as we can. If they've been bit, I was told only surface wounds, but that's all it takes. Once skin's broken on a bite, it's all up in the air.
Well,
So I want to see if we can get there fast, questions those guys before it gets any worse.
let's not rule anything out, though. The chef back there had some interesting iconography on his arm. Said they were a group that were good at recovery. Seemed like a fairly religious symbol, a cross in the center of a setting sun. Seemed a little odd to me. He wasn't really willing to give up too much information about it either. So,
Well, I mean, he
Keep
looks
that in
like
mind.
he's been down a rough patch in his life. It's probably a drug, alcohol, bad time recovery group. They like to do that through religion. You ever heard of the 12 steps?
well, you mean like Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yeah, in a sense. Maybe he, as a youngster went down the wrong path and this group told him about the great book and he went on his way.
Well, let's hope it's the kind of book that doesn't involve raising the dead. Like I said, I have my suspicions, but this is a hunch.
Well, we can't rule anything out. Also, help me look for her wallet. I want to check something. And I want to see if I can find her
wait.
wallet.
I gave everybody gloves and a mask.
Goes under the nose, right?
Yes,
No.
I didn't make sure your nose is sticking out.
No, it
of the
goes
top.
over the nose.
I need to be able to breathe. I can't breathe.
You're still gonna breathe.
Okay.
How old are you, bro?
40. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And I put the mask on.
I would like to advise everyone, don't get any of this goo on your clothes. And I want to let the officers know, hey, I think that we should bring in the quarantine team.
The quarantine?
This cleaned up.
Yeah, honestly, we would have called him in already, but due to the disgusting and horrific nature of this state of this woman and the crime that happened here and the fact that she seems to be half dead, we thought it best to send it up the chain, and our superiors brought you guys in. So I was hoping maybe you would take care of that.
We got it. It's fine. I'll call. I'll make a call.
You have the big Ziploc bag that we put her in? Because I don't have one.
I don't carry the bag with me, no, but I can call Roger back at base and he can figure something out.
Okay. Call Roger.
After. First I'd like to check to see if she has like a wallet or identification on her.
Roll investigate a mystery.
Investigating. 5.
As you are inspecting her mouth, you pry it open, and almost like in a cartoon, as you open her mouth, like a green fog just starts emitting. And Esteban, you get one whiff of this, and you see his eyes sink into the back of his head, and his skin turns gray. And Esteban immediately just pukes directly on the floor.
I go, "Bleh."
Why would her wallet be in her mouth, Esteban?
I don't know. Okay, you do it.
Are you really hurting that much for getting...
And I just run out of the building. And I go just like to the side of the building and I just breathe fresh air as I lean against the wall.
Holly, do you want to look somewhere else? That's
You
not her
guys
mouth?
watch as the
Yeah.
vomit just shot out from both sides of his mask and just went... Actually, a little bit got on the back of Sergeant Anderson as he's inspecting the donuts, but he doesn't notice.
I'll use my telekinesis. I can move small things without having to roll, so I'm gonna flick it off his shoulder without him noticing. So maybe
He's putting something together in his mind about this jelly donut and this frosted donut. He's coming up with some stuff.
flick it on the wall.
Does the woman have a purse with her?
No purse,
Does she have pants with pockets?
no pants. She's wearing like
She's
a
naked?
dress.
Oh.
Hey,
Where
Holly.
do old ladies keep their wallet if they don't have a purse?
Their bra, probably, but I'm not gonna reach in there.
I don't want to. That's something else. That's a different thing. I don't want to deal with that.
How about this? Just let's humor me for a second. I'll help you. Let's see if we can. That tattoo is still, ringing in my head. Check her for that same tattoo. I'll help you out.
Okay, fine.
I'd like to roll to help out someone.
And I'll investigate.
Go ahead.
A 5. So I believe on a 5 for helping out. On a miss, I expose myself to trouble or danger without helping. So I'm in danger. Calculating bonuses.
Well,
I'm in danger.
I rolled a 13, so
I shouldn't have helped.
let me handle it.
Okay, so what happens is Holly goes and like starts to lift up this old woman off the table. And as she's picking her up off the table, Deacon, you go to like stabilize her head. Her eyes shoot open and she looks she looks right at you with like a deep devil stare and
please.
bites you right on the cheek. And rips off a chunk of flesh. The officers start freaking out. Everyone is in the room is panicking, and Officer Ramirez doesn't hesitate. He reaches for his pistol and goes, "What the fuck?" And just puts 2 rounds in this old lady as she falls down.
Everybody
onto the table.
relax.
And the room goes dead silent. Esteban, as you're puking, you hear 2 gunshots from inside.
Oh, not again.
Listen to me.
He's holding the gun and he's looking at you guys. He's like, she was dead. She was dead. No pulse for hours.
Maybe
She has rotting green flesh.
I come in and I just grab him and I go, "That's why we're here, buddy. I'm gonna need you to leave the room. I need you to leave."
But I'm a cop. I should do something, right?
You did. You got her. She's gone.
Here, I'll handle him. Esteban, you stay in here. I'll talk him down, okay?
You look at Deacon and his half of his cheek is missing, and actually you see a little bit underneath, like his normal skin or his human skin that he wears. You see his gray skin, like from underneath. You see a little bit of that is exposed as well.
Hey,
Deacon, you need to go.
Change.
You need to
Oh,
go
I-
go
change.
change.
Should I go powder my nose?
You should
Yes.
go change.
Okay, I will do that. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna go try to slough off my human skin and maybe get a new skin inside the toilet stall, and hopefully that helps.
Yeah, Deacon shuts the door and you just hear.
Yeah.
And as it's happening, I go, Anderson, you've done a fantastic job. Me and my team will deal with the rest of this. Please go back outside.
Oh, we should report this.
Yep, I'm
We're
good.
reporting it. Do you
Look at
see
her.
my notebook?
Write that down.
I have written it down.
Reporting.
Anderson spins around with the 2 donuts and says, "I've never seen a donut do this."
It's a special donut.
Please leave.
Okay. they get shuffled outside.
Where was she shot?
Once in the chest and once in the head.
I should have followed my gut and made sure I saw brains, but whatever. The past is the past. What did you find on her?
Chef, by the way, is in the back corner, and you see his back is like pressed up against the wall, and you hear him as he like knocks something over as he's like recoiling back. He's knocking shit over in the back as he's like trying to frantically get away.
Hey, big guy, you all right?
The officer said that she was dead. I hit her awful hard.
Sometimes, adrenaline, you can really just take a beating and then get back up. You know what that's about, right? We got her now.
What the hell was that?
You want the truth or a lie?
I prefer the truth. I think I can handle it.
You know what a zombie is?
I've seen movies.
There's movies in the 70s. Yeah, for sure.
I've seen
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you ever see the one where, like, you kind of die, but you're not fully dead until you get hit in the head a bunch?
Yeah, but I thought that was just a movie.
Truth is stranger than fiction, my friend.
So what do we do now?
You just let me and my team try to finish our job. It would be best if you didn't tell anybody what you saw here. Can you do that?
My lips are sealed. I wish this wasn't my life. And he opens the back door.
Way same, bro.
He like opens the back door of the kitchen. A little bit of sunlight comes in, and he like runs into the alley. And you hear it sounds like he's like about to throw up too.
Oh man, I felt that one. Okay.
Holly is gonna go continue doing what she was doing before.
So on a 13, you fully inspect this dead woman. You don't find anything of interest. She's rotting. It's a rotting corpse.
Okay, so I'm gonna...
There's no purse, no identification.
Okay.
Her teeth are fake. They're dentures.
Can I look in and around the donut shop? Maybe she dropped her purse or something coming in?
When you went out to throw up in the alley, you did a perimeter search. There's nothing.
Great.
Okay.
One second. While I'm in the bathroom, I want to, as I'm sloughing off my old skin and sloughing some new skin on, I want to put on my arm a tattoo that is similar to the chef's while I change my
Sure.
skin.
It's easy enough to do.
I bang on Deacon's door. I was like, hey,
Just one moment, just cleaning up.
how do you feel?
I open the door and I want to go. Look at Esteban. Anything amiss?
How's his face look? Back to regular?
There is still like a bite mark on his face, but it looks like healed over from. It looks like if a regular human got bit, it looks like it was like a scar that was healed, but it's still on his face.
I look into his eyes and I look for anything funny. Are they like yellowy or glassy?
Deacon's just looking at you with his puppy dog eyes.
Fever? Like my hand?
Yeah.
He feels like he's actually only operating at like 35 degrees, but that's normal for Deacon.
Normal 35. Okay, we take those. Nothing so far, but I'm gonna keep an eye on you. If you feel anything different, you need to tell me.
Sure.
Because I'll need to hit you in the head very hard.
Okay, please don't do that.
Our safety comes first.
Well, I got bit in the face, so I don't think cutting off a limb's gonna be of much help.
Well, that's why we had you take off all the skin. Maybe that halted any of the pathogens or whatever, however it works.
I guess we'll see. Where did the chef go? I have another idea.
He saw her do the thing, and he got really scared and left.
Where?
Out in the back of the alley.
Okay. Now that he's alone, I think I'm gonna see if I can squeeze a little more information out of him.
All right. I don't think we're getting anything else here. I'm gonna pack up the car, get ready to go to St. Saintly's.
Okay.
Meet us in the car when you're ready.
I'll be back in 5 minutes if I'm not. Come looking for me.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I, on the way out, I find a phone and I call Sword and I tell them about we need the hazmat team to get rid of this body.
You call, and you actually get on the line with JFK, JFK2, and he tells you, we've already got all that taken care of. We're mobilizing the National Guard as we speak. The last time we had a zombie outbreak was 1941, and it did not quite go as well. We lost the whole town of San Francisco.
Nazi zombies.
Yeah, it's not really widely publicly known. We did a pretty good job of sweeping that one under the rug. All the citizens of San Francisco were relocated and replaced with clones. It's all good. But but we don't want to have to do that again. That's really expensive, and we don't want to displace the nice people of Atlanta. We need to get this contained, but do not worry. We are waiting in the wings. We are prepared for this pandemic.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. We're on the move to our next clue. Love you.
I love you too, Deacon.
No. It's okay. I forget his name sometimes too. Click. And I get in the car and I get ready. And I open the trunk and I start getting some equipment and stuff I think we'll need while Deacon does his thing.
As you start digging through the trunk, Holly, you're just kind of waiting nearby. One of the officers is in the patrol car, crying.
Is it Anderson?
Officer Anderson.
Oh no, he's having a bad day.
Yeah. And Officer Ramirez is just kind of like patting him on the shoulder, saying like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And then you can't hear anything coming from the patrol car, Holly, but you do see like they both like peek up and like they're checking something on the radio. And then they both just look at you, and Officer Ramirez gets out of the car and stands up and screams, "There's something wrong at the hospital. Something's going down. Is this a movie for real?"
Yep.
Esteban goes boom and he hits his head on the trunk. He goes, "Ah!" And he goes, "I knew it. We gotta go." And I slam the thing and I yell into the alley. I'm like, "Deacon, hurry!"
They get in the car and turn on the sirens and start speeding off towards the hospital.
I yell, "Deacon, just run there!" And me and Holly get in the car and we follow them.
Shotgun finally.
You hear tires screeching and sirens, Deacon spinning away. And you were in the back alley of the donut shop.
Do I see the chef?
You do not.
I don't see chef. Chef, it's me, Agent Deacon. I wanted to have words with you now that we're in private. Everything's okay. They're going to take the body away, but I wanted to show you something. No answer.
No answer.
I'm gonna.
You hear dogs barking, cars driving by on the street.
Should I investigate a mystery?
Go ahead.
That's going to be a 10. So that's a success.
Okay. So as you are checking the alley for any signs, you hear something that sounds like something large knocking over a trash can in an alleyway across the street. You come out of the alley behind the donut shop and you step out onto the sidewalk and you're looking around, and then from the alley directly across the street from you, you hear like and something rolling on the ground, like somebody has just knocked something over.
With my preternatural speed, my ability that lets me run faster than any human, I'm going to chase down the sound. You
sprint across the street, and you slide on your Heelys.
My mission issued Heelys, yes.
You slide down the alley, skid to a stop, and you look out into like a back parking lot behind some more brick buildings. You see the chef has just like knocked over a trash can and is like crawling on the ground, and he's getting up and he's like holding his sign. He's like, "Damn, I'm so clumsy," and he's like limping away.
I'll be like, Chef, it's me, Agent Summers. I everything's been taken care of.
I already answered all your questions. I'm not sticking around for no damn zombies. I'm leaving.
No, listen, I have something to show you. And I want to roll up my arm sleeve and show him the not quite the same, but the similar tattoo, making sure to match his iconography.
What the hell?
I understand that it's not something we want to be public about. I know you didn't want to speak much in front of the others, but maybe now that it's just the two of us, maybe we could have a little chat. And I want to roll to manipulate someone.
You don't have to roll because he asks you, what is the color of night?
Deacon's gonna smile and be like, red.
He's holding his side and laughing and going, I don't know what kind of game you're trying to play here, brother. I'm not dealing with no damn zombies. I'm not dealing with no damn FBI. I answered your questions. I don't have to stick around. I'm leaving. And he runs into the parking lot. You see him get into like a white windowless panel van. He opens the door, gets in, and starts turning on the engine and starts getting ready to drive away.
I want to make note of his license plate, so maybe I can call it in to Sword to maybe track this guy down a little bit better.
Yeah, he speeds away. He bumps into another trash can on the way out. This guy's bumping into shit all over the place. You quickly scan, take note of his license plate.
Okay. Should I how many numbers are there? And how many letters?
There's the standard numbers and letters that you would find on a license plate.
I got it.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the Happy Donut and make a call to Sword as my friends are making their way to the hospital.
You do, and JFK2 picks up and he says, Deacon, I thought that we just got off the phone.
That wasn't me, Father.
That wasn't you. Who was I talking to? Oh my god, I gave them the pertinent classified information.
Probably Esteban.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Listen, there was a suspicious figure at the Happy Donut. We couldn't detain them. We didn't have enough on them, but if you could, maybe have Ellie Winters run the numbers on this plate. HAP4YDNT.
I gotcha.
And if you can, we'll be at St. Lee's Hospital. If you can ring there and have them ring for us, we'll be there.
We'll put an APB out across the entire United States. We'll call an airstrike down if we have to.
That may not be necessary, but keep your finger on the trigger, please.
Always, son. And good luck.
I love you, Dad.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. And then I'm going to run off to the hospital.
Okay, so sprinting down the street to the hospital. You guys pull in. Officers Ramirez and Anderson burst out of the patrol car and start running into the emergency room.
As we're pulling in, I take out like two like arm braces, like forearm pads, like from hockey, and I hand them to Holly. And I was like, put these on. They don't provide any armor, but if a zombie tries to bite you, make sure they bite that and not your actual body.
Okay, put it on.
And I grab two myself and I knock them together. Reminds me of the good old days. Okay, let's go! and I open the door and I follow them inside.
You guys burst into the emergency room. It is absolute chaos. People are screaming and running around. People are patients and doctors and staff workers all alike are all running past you, rushing out of the emergency room. You see immediately on the ground in front of you, a uniformed police officer seems to be chewing on just some innocent bystander, somebody in just regular civilian clothes who seemed probably like they were in the emergency room to receive medical treatment, instead receive biting and zombie treatment.
As soon as we walk in, I see all the people running out. I just immediately draw my pistol. And then I just see the guy biting. It's like, I know what a zombie is.
Execute this zombie.
Execute.
It flops dead onto this woman's chest. Who's also laying there. Everybody is screaming. Officers Ramirez and Anderson both have their pistols drawn as well, but they seem to just be frozen as they're looking at somebody who they knew, their former friend, is being a zombie.
That woman that was getting eaten, is she still, like, alive?
No, it looks like she's probably been dead for a few minutes.
Okay.
Wait,
I already shot him.
The officers just look at you in horror.
Sorry, standard operating procedure.
this is classified. This is standard operating procedure.
There's more screaming and shouting. It is absolute pandemonium in here. Further down in the hospital, you hear even more commotion.
Okay, let's go. Let's run down.
Weapons drawn. Me first. I turn to the officers and I just go, make sure everybody who's not bitten gets out of here safe. If you see anybody who's bitten, keep them inside.
They both have a look of horror and shock on their face, but they quickly steel themselves and just give you a salute.
Holly's also taking just a couple pictures.
Sometimes I hate my job. And I just as waves of people are coming through, I'm just shouldering my way. And I'm trying to see if I can grab information from somebody, where's it coming from.
Keeping an eye out for zombies.
You grab a doctor and spin him against the wall, and he's just like, ah!
Where?
That way!
I just throw him. Okay, this way.
You guys run down the hallway. You see in the cafeteria area there are 2 more bodies that have been bitten and disemboweled and torn to shreds. Horrific, a gory mess. And you see 3 more zombies that are attacking people in this cafeteria.
I'll take the 2 on the left. You take the 1 on the right. Okay, go. And I go to and I run and are they being are they on top of each other?
They're chasing people around. This cafeteria is full of people. There's probably a dozen people in here. And they're chasing them around. I mean, some people, one person runs past you, another one runs past you, but there's still a ton of people in the cafeteria.
I get up to the closest zombie to me and just make sure I don't shoot anybody through the zombie. I'm just gonna try to hit it with my wrench in the head.
Kick ass.
Just want to make sure no friendly fire in this place. 12.
Okay, Esteban just runs up and immediately one of the hospital staff, cafeteria workers, has hopped up on the counter behind the sneeze guard where the food is, and it's up on there, and like an old cartoon where a woman is on the chair and the mouse is running around her ankles. She's like, ah! The zombie is reaching, clawing at her, and you just come up and splorch! Its head explodes. Red goo goes all over the sneeze guard, and it just falls.
I turn to her and I go, ma'am, were you bitten?
No!
Okay, run to the front of the hospital. There'll be police officers waiting for you.
She hops down and starts sprinting out, screaming. You look down and you do see that it looks like the zombie has been rapidly decayed. If this is one of the ones that was bitten just this morning, it looks like it's seen about a week of decay in only a matter of hours.
I'll investigate this later. And I go to find my other zombie.
The other 2 are over there. Holly, what are you doing?
I'm trying to kill one of them.
Okay, roll to kick ass.
Okay.
Easy.
Oh my god. 4.
Holly, in true Holly fashion, you unfortunately miss. One of the fluorescent lights in the ceiling is shattered, and the gunshot alerts them to you, and the 2 zombies begin shambling towards you. And Esteban, you watch as they both reach Holly.
I would like to protect Holly, please.
Okay.
So with my protect her, I automatically succeed, and then I choose to inflict harm. So I'll run up and just put one arm, one of the armored arm into one's mouth as it's coming up to Holly, and then just take the wrench and then just bash it in the head.
You do catch one as its teeth sink into your arm guard. You bash it in the top of its head. Its teeth shatter and go everywhere. Its skull is crushed against your arm. Some of the spray gets all over you and in your mouth a little bit. You have to spit that out. And then the rest of its head is just stuck to your arm. You just kind of shake it loose. But the other one was able to get through Holly, and you take 1 harm as it just reaches out and claws you across the face.
No, there's gotta be a cure.
You gotta shoot. You're restarting. Can I attack the other zombie?
Roll
now?
to kick some ass.
So I see Holly get slashed, and I go, oh, not good. Yikes. Didn't give her a goalie mask. 74.
You turn to get this zombie that had just slashed Holly across the face, but Holly got you in the eye, and it just caused you such immense pain that you turn around so quickly, and you and Esteban just bump into each other.
Bonk heads.
You bonk heads, and Esteban, you actually fall backwards onto the floor just from the force of the bonk. Holly's got a very powerful brain and a very thick skull.
Oh, I feel it.
And you fall on your back, and the zombie gets on top of you and starts biting into your armor. And you would take 2 harm, but your armor is protecting you from it.
Holly, please.
I have an idea.
Do it.
I would like to talk to the secret masters.
You want to do that right now?
I'm getting eaten.
Okay, but...
Can you not have a seance right now?
It takes you a couple minutes to do it, and you can only
does?
do it once a day. And Esteban's being...
It's an event.
Okay.
You know, we have to take out the candles.
Yes,
and we get the
okay,
string.
I remember. Glasses off, the whole thing. Okay. So, I will take my butterfly knife that I have 2 of. I'll grab the zombie's hair and then stab him in the temple.
Okay, you can roll to kick some ass, and you can take a +1 because Esteban is holding it still.
Oh, thank God.
12
11.
minus 1.
On a 10 or more, you get to choose another.
I get to choose something.
On a kick
Oh
ass.
man, I want to... Yeah, I'd like to suffer less harm myself.
So you pull its head back. This zombie is chomping and biting at you, Esteban, and you watch as Holly just knife to the temple. Pulls it out.
I cover my face so I don't get any more blood in my mouth.
You feel the blood pour all over your hands. And,
Ew.
Smart.
Holly, you just kind of get up and go, ugh, gross.
Okay.
When we have a second, I'll ask him what happened. How do I fix it?
Right now, everyone is screaming and running past you. The cafeteria is empty now, but you don't see any more zombies.
Okay, then that zombie that I looked at earlier, the first one I killed, I would like to investigate it for any clues.
Go ahead and investigate.
I'm good at looking at zombies. I've done this once before. One time.
Oh, you're not good at it.
5.
Wow.
You go over to investigate the zombie, and you just slip in the pool of blood and bonk your face against the deceased cart. And then you just slap your hands on the desk and just look around and just take a deep breath and just process the 2 head bonks that you just took in the last couple minutes. And you're like, maybe I should slow down. I'm getting bonked too much.
This is so embarrassing.
I'm getting dizzy. Where's Deacon?
Deacon,
Deacon?
at about this time, you are running through the front doors of the hospital. You see Officers Ramirez and Anderson are taking care of the civilians.
Before I would have done that, would I have heard screaming coming from the hospital?
Yeah.
I would go to Esteban's car and take the little key that I had secretly made, unlock the trunk, and pull it open. You didn't bring Farmer Nick's shotgun with you, did you?
Of course I didn't bring Farmer's
I'm
Nick's
grabbing
shotgun.
Farmer Nick's shotgun and I'm closing the trunk and I'm running inside.
The officer,
You take it and you go groovy.
Yeah.
And you close it.
the officers freak out for a moment, but then they recognize you as one of the FBI agents from earlier. You're holding your badge up.
FBI, I can hold a gun, it's fine.
FBI, let me in.
I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah, you run into the hospital with the shotgun, and quickly you do find the cafeteria. As Deacon, you watch as he runs in.
I'm holding my head in 2 different spots.
Esteban has almost like devil horns, as he has one big lump from where Holly bonked him and one big lump from where he bonked his head on.
And Holly
That-
has one big lump?
Yeah, and Holly has one big unicorn lump.
I'll level my shotgun at them and be like, so it's devil zombies.
Don't start.
I'm just kidding, I know those don't exist.
I got
And
a scratchy.
And you can't slop your skin off to heal it.
No.
I look around in the kitchen for any kind of alcohol or anything.
You don't find any alcohol in the kitchen, but you think probably in maybe a medical supply closet they might have.
This is a hospital.
I start.
They don't have booze in the hospital cafeteria.
They might, you don't know.
Check the officer director, he's probably a pretty stressed out man.
I look for a medical cabinet.
Yeah, just in one of the hallways right near the cafeteria that you see labeled medical supplies. You just break the handle off the door, push it open, and you get some hydrogen peroxide or medical grade alcohol.
I grab it and I run to Holly and I go, "This is gonna hurt a lot."
It's gonna get in my eye.
And right when you say that, I just splash it right in your face.
You're just
No!
pouring it all over her face. Holly is burning.
I'm just holding her arm so she doesn't flail too much. Easy, easy, easy.
Ouch.
You watch as it does like start to foam up, but then quickly dissipate, and her scars look kind of nasty, but not like immediately infected or anything like that.
Better safe than sorry. Until we figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
Well, so the thing about that is, I don't think it's Alcoholics Anonymous. I chased him down. He was getting to his car. He really wasn't cooperative. I showed him this, and I showed him the fake tattoo that I'd made.
Always with.
My schemes?
Yep.
That's like my thing.
Schemes.
I show him that, and he asked me a code word. He said, "What is the color of night?" And I got it wrong, obviously, because
What
I've
did you
never
say?
Red. Okay, if I get the chance again, I have a better answer. I took a shot in the dark.
Okay.
Maybe that's a question to ask the Secret Masters when we have that chance.
I have another question that I want to ask them, and as far as I know, I think I only get to ask them one thing.
Last time we had like 2.
Okay, we'll see.
That depends on how good your connection is.
Okay.
Yeah, do we need like an antenna or something? Should I grab something off a TV around here?
As you guys are discussing this, you hear more screaming and commotion from further back in the hospital.
Great.
Me first. You second.
What?
You run back towards the entrance or the emergency room entrance that you guys came in, and you hear some screaming as Officer Anderson, this woman that was being eaten by their colleague that Esteban dispatched when you first came in, is on top of him and biting and ripping at his neck, and Ramirez is just like hesitantly shaking with the gun, and he's like, I can't!
I would like to shoot the woman biting him.
Go ahead and roll the kick ass.
I would like to do it. 11.
You easily just take out another zombie. Anderson falls back, clutching his neck, and his back is against the wall, and he slides down, gasping for air. Ramirez falls to his hands and knees on the floor and is just crying. He's like, I couldn't do it.
I turn to Deacon and I say, "Get Ramirez out of here." And I look at him and I point towards Anderson.
Which one's the one that was getting bit again?
I have Anderson was getting bit. I have him. You get the crying man out of here.
You look, and it is pretty nasty. It's gotten him down to like the jugular. He's bleeding profusely. He's dead in a matter of minutes.
Wait, there's more dead bodies.
There's dead bodies everywhere.
Okay, we need to.
It's a zombie rampage.
Can we just like get him?
Yeah. All right.
Let's just get him.
Take care of Ramirez, and me and Holly, we just inspect anybody who doesn't have a head wound, and we just dispatch
I'm gonna
them.
use my knife.
You take out. There's probably like 4 or 5 more dead bodies scattered all around this reception area of the emergency room. You dispatch them. Quickly as you do that, you hear zombie moaning coming from the cafeteria area, and you see about a dozen zombies coming down the hallway of the hospital from the cafeteria that you left.
Oh my god.
Shambling towards you.
Oh, that's not gonna work. We need something bigger.
This is like, how is this happening? I feel like we're cleaning it up.
We're not. Zombie rampage!
Okay.
Is there like a door from that hallway to like the emergency room?
Yeah, there's 2 big double doors.
I
That don't dead open inside?
Yes! Don't open the side.
I slam them and I get like chairs and I try to push them like through the handles and just so I can put them in between the doors. And I
Okay.
barricade.
Roll act under pressure. Holly, what are you doing? And Deacon, what are you doing?
I'm helping him like by getting him furniture.
Roll
and
to help
stuff.
out.
I'm escorting Officer Ramirez to the car, but before we left the front of the hospital, we're in like the reception area, right?
Yeah.
No phone ringing?
No.
Okay, then I will go to the car and escort Ramirez. And while I'm doing that, I hand him the big shotgun and I go, if any more of them show up, please pull the trigger this time. And I hand him that.
You look around as like there's chaos in the streets now as everyone is just like running. Cars are stopped. Everyone's honking. You hear the sirens as more police cars are beginning to show up. And you run back inside.
Before I do, is there a car phone in
Esteban's bullet, there is.
I have a car phone.
I'm gonna run to that. I'm gonna take my special little key that's shaped like an alien head on the outside of it, and there's a little heart that's winking coming out of the eyeball, and I'm gonna unlock the car, and I'm gonna get in, and I'm gonna get the car phone,
Okay. You
And
start
we're-
frantically dialing.
and I'm gonna call JFK.
Okay. He's like, how's it going, Deacon? We're watching the reports. We're a few minutes behind here. It seems like it's all under control.
About that, Dad, Do you remember what happened with San Francisco? Had to kill everybody, nuke the whole city, replace everybody with clones.
I can't confirm or deny that we nuked the whole city and killed everybody, but there may or may not have been some clones.
If we can't handle this, Atlanta might have to be clone city number 2. So,
Well, we're trying to avoid that, son. Please do everything you can.
will do. If it is unavoidable, I will call you again.
We have the Ellie is crunching the numbers on that license plate. We'll have hopefully some news for you soon.
Okay, yeah. I guess the hospital's been compromised. Call the car phone, I guess. I hope I'm in here to receive the call. Who knows? Leave a message? Do we have an answering machine?
I have an answering machine.
Oh, right. It's his house. Yes, we have an answering machine, and I love you, Dad. Gotta go. Bye. Click.
So there's 2 of these double door entrances into the main reception area of the emergency room. Esteban, you run over to one, and on a mixed success, you are able to slam both doors closed, but you can't find anything to bar them with. As soon as you find them closed, you like turn around to get a chair or something to prop up against it, but they start to swing open again. You just go, damn it, and you have to just sit there for a moment and hold both doors closed. Holly attempts to go for the other ones, but they just burst open, and she is immediately overwhelmed. You have to make a decision. You can bar this door, but you need to use your wrench.
Nope, I need it. And I just let the door open and I run to protect Holly.
How many of them are there?
There's a lot. Doesn't really matter at this moment. You have to act.
Okay, I'm gonna just try and do the stabbing in the temples
Okay,
with my
roll
2 butterfly knives. I have 2. So
Roll the kick-ass.
however many I could get.
You could take +1 because Esteban is holding one by the neck.
Okay. Oh,
Oh?
my god!
Something happens on that, right?
Oh my god!
She just
No, I
wins.
don't think.
2.
Holly, as you raise your arm up to dispatch the zombie that Esteban is holding, you see a huge bite mark and a chunk of flesh ripped out of your forearm, and you are so scared in this moment that you just drop your butterfly knife and just recoil back in horror at the realization that you have just potentially been zombified.
Yep.
Deacon, you burst into the emergency room.
Do I see my 2 friends being harried by zombies?
You see about 8 zombies swarming all over both of them.
I would like to use my telekinesis, and we'll see what happens if I roll well. I'll let you know. Move that up. I probably won't need this, huh?
For the zombies, you gonna try to trick them?
You never know.
That's going to be a 5 and 1 is 6 plus 3 and 9. So I take 1 harm and I get to darn it. I get to pick 1. I'm going to fling something bigger than a person. I'm going to yank Holly out of their grip into my arms, and I'm going to start trying to run out the door towards Esteban's car and be like, Esteban, we gotta go, time to get to the car, and I try to get Holly out of here.
Holly, you're like shaking, recoiling backwards, and then you just feel yourself lifted off your feet, yanked backwards into Deacon's arms, and he spins and turns to run away. Esteban, you're left with 8 zombies.
By yourself.
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I just try to flee.
Roll to act under pressure as the zombies are trying to interfere with your escape.
This is going bad.
9.
Okay, so on a mixed success, you make it almost to the exit of the emergency room. You're like basically at the doors. You see in front of you, Deacon is grabbing Holly and running to the car. Multiple police vehicles have now showed up and they've set up a perimeter, and you see like probably 6 or 7 uniformed officers are sprinting towards you to the hospital. So reinforcements are on the way, but you're not quite able to make it out the door as you are grabbed and then yanked backwards by these zombies, and you are going to take 2 more harm as they are all biting and slashing you all over.
Ooh, I wish I had friends that would help me in something like this. Ow!
This is all 8 of them are all biting and scratching you, so through all of that, only 2 of the harm goes through your armor blocks, like most of the rest of it. And you see these officers are running, and they just start unloading. One head explodes right next to you, another one goes down. They're able to loosen your grip enough that you can slip away and get out. And about this time, you start hearing, and through the crowd, across one of the hoods of the police officers, a motorcycle just launches out and skids into the entrance of the hospital. Takes out one of the zombies immediately as it just bashes into them. A figure gets off, pulls out a knife, and just takes out 2 of them. He takes a crossbow off of his back and gets 2 more right through the head with a single bolt. And the last one that's coming and biting after you, you turn around like with your wrench to take it out, and before you even can, a throwing knife just to the back of the skull, you watch as it comes out of its skull and it just wobbles and falls and is crushed.
I look at it and I just mutter to myself, damn freelancers. And I turn and I put my wrench away.
He goes over and takes the knife out, spins around and puts it on his belt. You see a fairly skinny man with kind of like a patchy beard, long dark brown hair that is like matted and wet and like pressed to his face. And he looks at you, Esteban, since you're just right there in front of him, and he goes, sword?
Yeah. Freelance?
Name's Derek.
Esteban.
And he spins out, he says, and this is my crossbow.
This is my wrench. I don't kiss it.
I sleep with this thing.
You a bounty hunter?
You could say that. I've heard you guys got some zombie troubles.
Only a little bit. Glad you showed up when you did. I appreciate it.
Let me see that. He grabs your arm. He takes out a can that says anti-zombie spray, and he just sprays it all over your arm, and it burns like the hydrogen peroxide did.
Can I put mouth?
He sprays it all over.
Am I safe?
You feel safe.
At least you feel safe.
That's good, at least.
That's a plus.
I'm glad.
Derek slings his crossbow over his shoulder and looks at you guys and says, so, where to next?
Emergency room.
What do you mean?
There's more in there, isn't there?
We're just gonna go in and take them all
Well,
out?
they're gonna get out and get everybody else.
You
That's
do
how
a quick,
zombie outbreaks work.
You do a quick count, Esteban, and that seems to be all of them. You just need to make sure that they don't get back up.
We just need to make sure that they don't get back up.
All right, knife time.
The officers do a sweep of the hospital. They start going down, and anybody who's trapped inside, they start taking care of the situation. News vans and things start pulling up to the outside. Obviously, there's a huge crowd gathering all around, and they're doing their best to shut everything down. A couple more like black SUVs that you recognize pull up, and like people in suits step out that you also recognize, and they start kind of like hushing everyone. Anybody, like all the reporters and everything, they're like making sure that they don't get too close and trying to put the hush on everything.
The guys in gray are here.
Oh, we love those guys, right?
Well, at least they're gonna keep those people off our back.
Yeah, but you know what that means. If people start asking too many questions, a couple of them, you know.
Well, don't say it. You don't have to say it.
I watched them.
It might not.
I watched them do it.
If the news gets too bad, JFK's gonna have our ass about this.
It's okay. They're replacing with flash clones. They last about a week.
Fair enough. All right, Derek. What do you say for a clean and sweep and clean? This is my second zombie mission.
I know a thing or two about zombies. Actually,
Why?
I've run into this kind of problem before.
Where?
Here.
Atlanta?
Yes.
When?
Listen and I'll tell you.
Okay.
You guys start
Holly takes a quick pic of him.
taking out all the zombies, making sure that they don't get back up again. And Derek tells you that he's actually been hunting zombies around the outskirts of Atlanta for the last 2 years. It started with an outbreak in a nearby town of Macon, and has just been kind of little pockets of these zombie attacks have been popping up all over, but they've been played off in the media and spun off as just like druggy basalt hallucinogen hippies. They've just been obviously SWORD, and not just SWORD, but all government agencies really have worked really hard to keep this information private. Derek reveals to you that he is a freelancer, and that these zombie attacks, he seems to be the only one who knows or cares or is powerful enough to do anything about. So he's just been taking it on himself on his own personal crusade for the last couple years. But
I know the feeling. You said, you mentioned the first outbreak, stuff was coming out of Macon?
yeah, that was only one, but one's all it takes.
Well, that sounds like ground zero to me. Have you been there?
Yeah, many times. I actually think I might know where they're coming from.
Derek, I have a question for you.
Have you ever seen this symbol?
No, not that. I like Laramazio. What is the color of night?
It's dark out, so black.
Okay.
That answer makes way more sense, though.
Red?
The one that you provided.
Red.
You know what I mean?
I thought he was trying to trick me.
It worked, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Okay.
look, I have a feeling that these outbreaks, they're targeted attacks. I think that what they've been trying to do is exactly what you've seen. They're trying to start an outbreak. They're trying to cause a pandemic. They want it to affect as many people as possible, but you know, they can't just unleash a whole horde of zombies at once. They don't have enough to do that yet, I don't think.
Who's they?
I don't know. Whoever's behind these attacks.
Do they have...
But it's always the same pattern. 1 or 2, bites 3 or 4, becomes a dozen, becomes 2 dozen. This is as big as it's ever gotten. But it's happened over the course of the last 2 years at least 5 or 6 times. I've been there to stop it every time. And I'm glad you guys are here too. I've actually run into some sword agents before. You guys are all right in my book.
Well, thank you. We usually don't like to work with freelancers, but you seem like you know what you're doing. You mentioned you think you have an idea in Macon, maybe that you think where it may be coming from?
Not Macon. Nineveh is a small town, a very small town, just south of here, on the outskirts of Atlanta. I think it might be some kind of underground cult meeting place. There's always the same pattern. It's an old woman, an old man, somebody who's been dead for ages. They dig them up, I think, and I mean, we're all kind of in the business of crazy, so I know this sounds crazy, but they raise them up and program them to kill. And I don't know how they're doing it. But I know that it's all connected to one sect.
You have a name?
The Sunset Prayer Group.
Necromancy. And I start nodding.
Well, I'm glad you followed your hunch and got nowhere with it.
Well, and I pulled out my arm and I show him the tattoo. This isn't real, by the way. I show Derek, but I believe this might be their iconography.
I haven't seen that symbol before, but it definitely looks like a sunset and a cross. Where did you see that?
At the center, or at least where we believe this started, at the Happy Donut, the chef had this tattoo on his arm. And then when everything went down, when the lady came back for the second time and bit me and tried to bite others, he dipped, ran, got in his van, and sped off. So,
I've never seen the symbol. I've only heard the name whispered.
I think we might have our men.
It's a cult, so necromancy sounds like it. I just wonder why they want to just have hordes of zombies eat everything. What's the end game?
I don't know. Maybe it's like population control. We don't know. But
Maybe it's like a world reset, like the Ark.
could be.
Wipe everything and restart anew. Except with zombies.
As I said, I can't say all their motivations, but it's always the same pattern. He pulls out some chains. He says, I found these at one of the attacks a few months ago. Now, I've been very vigilant, and as I said, I've actually worked with sword before, and we've been able to keep anything too crazy like this happening. We've only ever had to, he looks down for a moment, put down 2 civilians. This is getting worse. He's holding like chains, like old like rusty chains. He's like, we found these in the back of a van at the previous site.
Do you remember the license plate number?
No, it was abandoned. The tires were gone. It was up on cinder blocks. The engine block was taken out. The radio was gone. I mean, it was probably left on the street for a week or more.
Okay.
Do you think that they were abducting people?
Or this is what they were using to hold the zombies. But we checked the VIN on the van. The only thing that came back was something registered about a Sunset Prayer Group, which the trail ends there. There's no religious affiliation registered in the United States called Sunset Prayer Group. Or if there is, it's definitely not in Georgia.
Well, we know they like vans.
Yes, like vans, and if you think you know where they're at, that might be our next stop. Now it'd be a lot better if we could blend in a little. You two might need a little bit of a makeover. Is there a henna tattoo parlor nearby?
No, I don't know that for sure.
I have a tattoo gun in the trunk.
Okay, I don't want it to be permanent though.
Okay, never mind.
So, Derek, Esteban, Holly, if you want to make a quick trip down the street, I'm sure there's some seedier alleyway, maybe a little bit further from the hospital, that I think you all are in due for some temp tattoos.
What happens when we walk in and they ask us what the color of night is?
I have that covered.
Like you did the first time?
I have an idea.
Do you want to tell your team what the idea is?
I'm gonna ask that first, and they're gonna say it to me.
That's not how it works. When you enter a secret base, you knock on the
Then
door,
you
the
have
thing
to
goes...
say the password.
It goes shink, and then they go, what's the color of night? And then you go red, and then they shoot you in the head.
I'm not saying ask the guys at the secret base.
All
I'm
right.
saying we go to a bar or something, and I say that quietly to somebody.
In
I have
Nineveh.
an idea. I have a better
In
idea.
Nineveh.
I know who
Go ahead.
does.
Do you?
Secret
Masters.
masters.
Secret masters.
So maybe we should ask them what the color of night is.
I agree.
Okay.
And
I
how
need a
to...
quiet area.
And if they know anything about what they
Yes.
can tell us about the Sunset Riders.
Yes.
I forgot what their name
Sunset
was.
Prayer Group.
Sunset Riders.
I was close.
That sounds way cooler.
Alright.
Sunset
They should
Riders is
change it.
You've been playing too many Sega
Aphrodite's,
games.
Yeah.
Parents' name.
Okay, do we need the candles?
I mean, the candles aren't really necessary.
I already have the candles in my hand.
Get them if you want.
Where did you get them? We're not even by your car. Shouldn't there be ammo or something?
It's for stuff we need. I
You are a strange man.
have a lot of things.
I have a lot of things.
I like the Secret Master stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna get situated now. In a different alley. Is there a quiet
Just do it.
alley?
Just do it on the trunk. I mean, on the hood of the car.
That's not a good idea.
Do you need to be in an alley for this?
Yeah, I get possessed
Oh,
for
yeah.
a second.
I forgot about that part. Okay.
We'll put her in the trash, in the dumpster.
I'll reverse the car
That's
in
fine.
front of the alley so people can't see.
Derek pulls his motorcycle into the alley and just kind of leans up against it and says, "I'm excited to see this."
Hey, you talk about strange. You're about to see something wild.
All
Okay,
right, rude.
before we get there, the color of night.
Mm-hmm.
What we can know about the Sunset
Prayer group.
Prayer Group,
Henna tattoos.
and in case we get a third question, what would we want it to be?
How do we cure it?
Zombie spray.
Zombie spray.
Yeah, but like,
Okay, let them have it.
okay. I get all my effects organized. I get my stuff.
I get
Out.
the little twine rope that I put around her wrist so she doesn't hurt herself. You know you shake a lot.
Okay, whatever.
Nice little bow.
I sit in my little crisscross applesauce with my hands tied together, I guess. And I start trying to contact the secret masters.
Okay. The light in the area and immediately around the alley just immediately gets dark.
Somehow.
Yeah. Just locally around you guys, everything is completely dark, and Holly's just illuminated up by the underglow of the candles.
Told you the candles were a good idea.
It's happening. Okay,
You have to roll for it.
I know. I'm doing it. Please don't be bad.
Plus you're weird, right?
Yeah. 8.
Okay, so on a mixed success,
Yep.
you reach out to the secret masters, and you can ask one question.
Follow your heart.
I'm gonna ask them what the color of night is.
You see, as Holly's eyes are just rapidly moving around underneath her eyelids, just a faint blue glow. Every time her eyes open just ever so slightly, just blue light shoots out. And she's freaking out.
This is why we tie the hands.
The twine snaps immediately. Your nice bow is destroyed.
Oh no! I'll tie it tighter next time.
And Holly, in your mind, darkness all around you. You feel the wind and the ghosts as they move and wrap all around you, and you launch your mind out into the cosmos and ask, "What is the color of night?" And you hear back, "Sanguine, my brother." And you are sucked back immediately.
Sanguine!
How was I supposed to get that?
Is that even a color? What is that?
I don't know.
Is that a type of wine?
I don't know.
Sanguine is like sanguine red, like vampires.
Ooh, really close.
So I was close, so give me some credit.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Hi,
Is that Derek?
God bless you.
I'm coughing. We know how to get into their base.
He loads his crossbow.
Maybe later. I mean, we're gonna get right this very second.
I can't. Hold on. He shoots the crossbow into
He's
the
never had
brick,
to undo it before.
and then he takes it out.
You could have just taken the bolt out and then just shot it regular.
That'll actually damage the strings, and I'm just assumed a monster hunter like you would know that.
Yeah, but he just damaged the bolt shooting into a brick wall.
Holly's walking to the car. She's on the way. She's like pulling on the handle, looking at Esteban.
I reached in my pocket for a second.
What was that?
Nothing.
What was that?
Nothing. It's my house key.
You don't have a house
You don't
key.
have a house.
My room, it's my room key.
You don't have a lock on your room.
They took it off. Remember what happened when you were in 6th grade?
You kept eating all the cats.
I'm sorry. It's a lock to my slime box at home.
Liar.
I'm not lying.
You're a liar.
No.
She can see when you're lying, bro.
I want
lying?
to. I would like to look
Is he
into.
lying?
I would like to look into Holly and be like, I'm not lying, right? And I'd like to roll to manipulate my friend.
I would like to roll to see if he's lying.
Well,
You
hold
just
on.
know he's lying.
On a mixed success, Holly, you know he's lying. Esteban, you believe him.
Don't lie to me anymore.
I didn't.
Can you guys stop talking about your slime box so we can move on?
There are zombies, y'all. People are dying. Let's get the show on the road. I'll meet you there. And he peels out of the alley and drives off towards Nineveh. You
Special
pull up your roadmap of the United States.
In front of my face?
Yeah. And you just hold it out and then slam on the gas and drive off down the road. It takes you maybe an hour or two to get there. It's getting to be probably about 4 or 5 o'clock. It's the winter time, so the sun's starting to go down earlier than usual. So the sky is probably like a nice orange hue at the moment. And suddenly a dense layer of fog supernaturally begins to roll in all around you as you drive past the sign that says Nineveh, Georgia, population 3,000.
I stick my arm out the window when the fog comes in, and I bring it out and I lick my finger.
It's like cotton candy as you bring the fog in.
Supernatural fog.
Ugh, I hate that.
That was actually just a spider web that you ate.
And waiting for you underneath the road sign is Derek leaning on his motorcycle.
Okay, Mr. Derek, do you have an idea where to go?
I know it sounds kind of cliche, but I was thinking the cemetery.
Well, that makes sense.
That's probably
Your
where
whole
they
thing's
came
about
from.
resurrecting the dead. Why would you not be in the cemetery?
Duh.
Stupid. Okay. Duh. Before we go, jackets.
Jackets?
Yeah, it's cold out. It's winter.
Oh.
Okay,
And I go to the
back.
back, and I get like a big like Billy Butcher like coat thing, and I put it over my armor and everything, so it just looks like I'm a big dude in a big coat, and I try to cover and make sure I don't look like a combat veteran, and I like put the collar up and everything, and I get like the black leather gloves and I put them in my pockets.
Do you have a cool trench coat that is long? Thank you.
Here you go.
Derek reaches up into his sleeveless vest and then pulls sleeves down over his arms.
That's new tech. We're gonna need to get that at sword.
Yours doesn't have a sleeve.
Mine doesn't. I need to figure that out.
We'll ask Roger. He'll help us out.
And okay, I just want to cover up, make sure we look like cult members. So I got the black trench coat, and I already look kind of sketchy as it is. So I think I'll be fine. You guys look like college students.
You don't think the track jacket will tip him off?
I think you should probably change that.
Okay.
Or you can be somebody else.
Well, maybe I'm one of them that just got back from vacation from the Florida Keys.
Well, it's still cold out here. You're gonna need a different jacket.
I'm an alien. My body temperature's 35 degrees, remember?
It's true. You don't even.
I love the cold.
Yeah, but if you're pretending to be a human.
Keys life.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, we have our jackets,
And I wink at Holly.
and Derek has his expendable sleeves.
Expendable sleeves.
Okay. Do we look culty?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Sick. All right. I don't know where the cemetery is, so lead the way.
What?
I'm gonna morph my face to look like Officer Ramirez. Well, not Officer Ramirez. Let's say
Literally anybody ever.
Farmer Nick. And I'm going to keep the tattoo.
Okay, so you watch as Deacon's face goes all old, and he gets a white chin strap beard and produces magically a straw hat.
Keys life.
And it says Keys Life. Derek goes, ugh! He pukes. What the ugh! You can just do that?
It's sword tech.
Oh, that's like my sleeves.
Exactly.
Yeah, but for a whole body.
Okay, sorry. I was grossed out for a sec.
Chin strap.
Why Farmer Nick? I want to know why Farmer Nick.
He was the first NPC that popped into my head after Officer Ramirez.
We've only met a few, so I mean.
Okay, so Esteban, Holly, and Farmer Nick make their way to the gas station.
You guys get a town map from the gas station. It's actually boarded up and closed down, but there is one of those like
Things with the
pamphlet, like containers, and most of the stuff is just touristy stuff to do in Atlanta, but there is one that's like a town map of Nineveh. Again, it's dense fog all around you guys. Boarded up, closed down, spooky gas station, nobody here.
I turn to everybody, and with the map in hand, and I pop the trunk, and I go, anything we may need to deal with the cult, or zombies, or this fog, is there anything you can think of that may help us?
a bat. And some nails.
As I put the bat into frame, I dip the bat down, and now the bat has nails in it.
Perfect.
Bring it back up.
Don't, please. I hate that shit. Bad things happen. Please put it away, please.
With the bat?
Please. He puts his hand on the bat and puts it back down into the trunk. Don't use that. I hate it.
Why?
It's a rat.
I know, I get it.
Please, no bats.
Okay.
What about like a crowbar?
I don't need one. I have crossbow.
And I dip it back down and dip it back up. It's wrapped in barbed wire. And I look at him side eye. I hand Holly the crowbar.
You guys make your way to the cemetery. The town is completely dead quiet. All of the buildings are all boarded up and abandoned. There's not a single street light on in the whole town. Nobody around. Supernatural fog all around you. You pull up outside of the cemetery. A big wrought iron gate with spiky iron rods. Completely lines all around it. As you see Underhill Cemetery. And there's a huge hill in the back with a huge mausoleum and gravestones and grave markings all around you.
Is the gate to the cemetery
It's
chained?
chained with a padlock, yeah.
I open the trunk.
Derek grabs the chains and pulls out the chains that he had from earlier. He says, same ones.
Looks like we're on the right trail. And I get chain cutters.
He looks around at the spooky fog. Yeah, I'd say so.
Camera pans,
spooky,
just
spooky.
boarded up windows, dead of night, all the fog.
That might be a little loud, Esteban, here. And I stick out my hands to lift him over the gate.
Okay.
Clink, 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 as the bolt cutters clink across the ground, and I just look at you angrily.
I make myself extra heavy as I step on Deacon's hand and I make my way over.
And I'll
Deacon is surprisingly strong. Being an alien doesn't have the same physiology, so even though he's like a, kind of small teenager, in quotation marks, he's able to just fling you over the fence.
Oh! And they like roll, and I like cool combat roll. Anybody see that?
I'm already turning around to help
Can't
somebody
see
else.
nothing. It's so foggy.
Derek runs up and presses one hand into your hands, and like an acrobat, you just flip him up, and he does a front flip over the fence and lands
course.
3-point landing.
Nice.
Holly,
Holly is extremely unathletic.
I'll help her as best I can as I
Yeah.
lift her up.
You like have to get your back up and like, push Holly like that. But eventually,
And then she
you
just falls.
throw one leg over the fence and then flop down.
How high is it from me to the top of the fence?
From the ground, it's probably like a 6-foot high fence.
Everybody close your eyes.
Ew, no.
Derek, don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
I know, I kind of want to.
And I'm going to morph into my favorite basketball player, Michael Morden. Get to be about 6 foot.
Michael Basketball Jordan.
Michael Basketball Jordan.
Michael Morden.
Yeah, Michael Morden in the 70s. I'm going to morph into him.
Michael Borden Sr.
I'm going to morph into him for a moment. I'm going to hoist myself over easily, and when I get back to their side, I'll morph back into Farmer Nick.
Oh yeah, it's a horrific sight. But you easily, like Wilt from Foster's Home, you just put one leg over the fence, and then put your other leg, and then shrink down.
I turn to Holly and I take out the flashlight. You get one.
Clicky, clicky,
I get one. Clicky. I
clicky.
forgot to get you one.
That's okay. I'll stay next
Derek
to you.
has a tactical flashlight attached on his crossbow. Click.
I'll stay next to you, Esteban, and I get uncomfortably close, and I put my hand on your shoulder and start breathing down your neck.
Why am I used to this?
Should have brought me
And,
a flashlight.
I turn to everybody and I go, Coliseum. Mausoleum makes the most sense.
Yeah, but okay, there's a big hill, and then he said underground cult, and then this says underhill, so I feel like there's got to be a tunnel that goes underneath the hill.
Probably in the
From
mausoleum.
the mausoleum.
Let's go.
Should I lead if I got the...
Yeah, do we have a story? Are we like initiates or something? Or
yeah.
are we all part of this? Because we don't
We're
have
from another sect.
We're from the Keys chapter.
Yes.
the key chapter.
Yes.
There was that incident in Miami.
Right,
Yes.
Didn't go out as planned, but
Yep.
okay. You lead the way.
Roger that.
I give you the flashlight and I do the same thing to you.
It doesn't bother me. I quite
He
like
likes
you,
it,
Esteban.
yeah.
Of course
he
it
likes
doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Nothing ever works my way.
You guys sneak through the mausoleum. A sense of dread begins to fill you all as you look around and realize how much of a spooky time you're having. The fog envelops you as you're walking through this creepy old graveyard. Esteban, your ears peek up as you hear a "ow" off in the distance.
You feel Esteban's hand leave your shoulder.
That's a regular dog. Do not kill this one.
I know a wolf when I hear one.
Esteban has a little bit of PTSD. You guys make it to the mausoleum and push open the stone door.
Wow, scary. Holly keeps an eye out for ghost homies.
You do see a little bit of... Only Holly sees a couple ghost homies as they just kind of flitter in and out of reality and in and out of this plane. They just kind of float by you.
Holly gives them a kiss.
They kind of like almost like moths to a flame. They kind of start to congregate around you, but again, they're only appearing for flashes at a time, just imperceptibly to all of you. But Holly, you can see the faint blue glows all around them as they just kind of bend like reeds in the wind as you walk by.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah. You feel strangely comforted by all of the ghosts.
Yeah. No, I love ghosts.
What are you looking at?
You guys don't know. There's ghosts. You don't see them? Well, they're everywhere. Okay.
One of them passes right through Esteban, and
Did you feel it?
Esteban, you just get a little chill.
Told you. Told you.
You guys enter the mausoleum. You see an open tomb with the sarcophagus lid has been slid off, and you see this is the tomb of Mrs. Peterson. You imagine that to probably be the old woman that you saw earlier.
Moneybags gets her own mausoleum.
That makes sense.
You see spooky spider webs, and the spooky fog is still rolling around your ankles.
Okay. Okay, let's look for trapdoors and such.
Somebody investigate a mystery.
I got
Deacon.
it.
I'll help you out, Holly.
Okay.
Okay. That's a.
Come on.
So I rolled to help out Holly. So 7 to 9, I gave them you +1, but I exposed myself to trouble or danger.
Okay, I rolled 6, so +1 is 7.
Holly, you go to start checking and pressing on all the walls. You've been through this before. You've hunted monsters. You've been to spooky temples and spooky caverns. You start pressing on the on all the bricks and everything, and you find one that presses into the wall, and you go, aha! And as you turn around to tell your teammates about your discovery, the floor opens up from underneath you, and you guys watch as Holly just plummets through the floor. Deacon, you're the first to react as you reach out for her, and Holly, you're able to grab his hand and pull him with you as you watch both of them tumble into the darkness below.
I would like to, as we're falling, before we hit the ground, hopefully roll my psychic abilities to maybe halt our progress to death. Or
Roll act
spikes.
under pressure as you're spinning in the darkness.
That's going to be a 10 for
So
act under pressure.
you are able to have the presence of mind to use your telekinesis to slow your fall, and you and Deacon, your feet just touch harmlessly to the ground.
I take out one of my patented little snappy glow rods. So as soon as they start falling down, I go, "Let me know what's down there," and I just throw one down.
As you throw the glow rod down, you do see that there's like a rope ladder that as it tumbles past, you can see it.
I turn to Derek and I go, "Wow, way easier."
Derek goes, "Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just take the ladder." It starts going down.
And then one of the glow rod hits Deacon on the top of the head.
It pierces into his head, and blood starts shooting out.
I fall over dead. So ends the tale of Deacon Summers.
Ooh, yikes.
Yankees.
No, just kidding. He's fine. We laugh and joke.
We had fun.
We
I
had
liked that
fun.
I'm okay.
One of his eyes is all droopy.
Fine.
I am Farmer Ned. Yeah, that's not out of the question.
Oh my god.
Farmer Nick.
Farmer Ned.
Yeah, that's somewhat different.
And Derek starts running his hand along the floor and starts sneaking forward. He clicks off his flashlight and says, "We probably don't want to let him see us coming."
Let's see if we can get inside first.
You guys start sneaking forward. And surely enough, at the end of this long tunnel, just as you predicted, there's an iron door with one of the eye slats in it.
I turn and I go, "Wait. Sanguine, my brother."
Correct. Want me to do it?
Push Deacon.
Thank you for doing the secret villain knock. You see two hard eyes are just narrowing their eyebrows at you and looking you over. And then you hear a voice from the other side of the door. "What is the color of night?"
Now, Sanguine, my brother. And I hold up the tattoo.
You hear from the other side.
Keys chapter.
They said the same way. They said. We changed the password. And then the door swings open, and you see the chef there. And
Sneaky bastard.
he looks at you and says, "Welcome, my brother. What brings you here?"
I heard we were having a meeting tonight. I'm from the Keys chapter, as you can see by my shirt.
"Yes, we didn't receive any word that we would be having any newcomers.
We thought we'd surprise you.
Well, please come right on in."
And I want to gesture for him to walk with me, hopefully, so maybe he and not notice that the two agents that were there with at the Happy Donut before?
Well, if you take steps to go inside, he closes the door behind you.
Behind me.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now, my family, I'm planning on inducting them to the order eventually. They're just going to wait outside for now, I suppose.
You brought others with you?
Well, they are, we do it a little different in the Keys chapter.
You have a problem with your face?
No, my mustache hair, they're a little wily. They try to get away from me sometimes. You know how it can be. I don't want to bring them in to the meeting, but I would like to maybe, in the Keys chapter, we like to do what's called as a what is it when you go on a ride with the police?
A ride
along. This is their ride along for now. So I'll come in with you, and maybe if it's okay with y'all, they could come in and maybe witness what we do here in our organization.
Well, we'll have you meet Father Krabappel, and he'll have to see what's going on with that.
Sounds fine by me. We like to keep it pretty laid back in the Keys. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you do. This is George's son. And he puts his hand on your back and starts pushing you forward.
Okay.
And as he takes you into like a large chamber, you see several like hooded figures with the black robes, and they're lowly chanting to themselves. And there's candlelit candelabras all around you. And standing at a stone altar is a man in another black robe, but from underneath you can see it has he has one of those priest white bands that go around his neck. And he's saying, "The time of reckoning is upon us. The dead shall rise and punish the living for their wickedness, and all will be bathed in his holy light." And you hear all of the hooded figures say, "Amen."
I follow shortly after I go, "Amen."
And you sit through as he goes through a sermon about how the world of the living has become complacent and wicked and is wretched and must be cleansed by the light of the dead and sent to the underworld.
That's scary.
It is very scary.
Spooky.
And Deacon, you are sitting through this bad guy speech in the back as your mustache is peeling off.
I'll politely wait for them to finish.
They start finishing up, and then they start passing out punch to each other.
Ooh, yum.
Oh, yummy.
Wait.
No.
Okay.
Can't be.
I'm just checking.
It
Just
can't-
checking.
It can't be.
You know?
I mean, we
Now, gosh darn it! I knew this. I knew my bad hormones were gonna ruin me, and I ripped the mustache off and I throw it on the ground. I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed.
Nobody's paying attention to you anymore.
I kicked the mustache under the seat in front of me.
Chef comes over and sits next to you and says, "No, what's going on here, partner?"
I have a hormone disorder. The mustache wasn't real. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deceive y'all. I know we're supposed to be like family here.
What chapter did you say you were with?
The Keys. You can see my shirt.
And what was the color of night again?
It was sanguine, my brother.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
Hey, Father Joe, why don't you come meet one of our newest arrivals? And Joseph Crabapple comes over to you. And he looks you up and down and says, "Well, welcome, my brother. We're always happy to receive a new lamb in our flock.
happy to be here, Father.
What brings you here from the Keys?"
Well, truth be told, me and my family are on a little bit of on a motorcade vacation. We took our RV up here, came through Atlanta on our way here, saw a little bit of your work. We haven't really managed too much down here. We managed to get one of our operations off a little bit in Margaritaville in Key West. Didn't go very well. Everyone down there has a gun. Surprise, surprise. So I was thinking maybe I'd come up here and learn a thing or two. My family are they're hopeful inductees to our organization. Our leader down there, he's a little inept, I do have to say. I wanted to show them what a real leader would be like.
Well, we always like those who take initiative. The Lord will reward the bold. And
Absolutely.
he hands you a cup of punch and says, "Drink up, my brother. The ceremony is about to begin."
Will do. And I try to, I want to turn my head and fake drink it, but rather than let it pour on the floor, I want to use telekinesis to hold the liquid and have it silently run down the back of my neck into my pants.
Why wouldn't you just like hold it in the cup, like just pretend to drink and then just like
I can't hand it back an empty cup now.
you know that makes sense.
So I'd like to roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
That's going to be a 9. So I take 1 harm, but I get to pick 1, and I'm going to do exactly what I said and direct the stuff right down in between my back.
So you take your shot of punch and then wince like that, as your brain energy racks your body with pain.
Oh my god.
And it runs down into it, and I hold it in the bottom of my pants so no one can see. Can I see the door from here?
Yeah.
I would like to, if you'll let me, I would like to use my telekinesis to maybe hit the latch on the door.
Yeah,
while no one else is
roll
around.
telekinesis, absolutely.
Don't burn your body from the inside, please.
That's going to be another 9, so I can manipulate one object.
Yeah. You guys hear from the other side the door. Lock.
Unlock?
Unlock.
I turn to everybody. All right, I think it's showtime. Don't lock eyes with anybody. Find Deacon and sit down.
I'm just gonna take my glasses.
I'm gonna take my headband off and just like and the bun and just let the hair come down and cover my face like Derek's. And I go, Derek, do the same.
Here you go.
He moves his hair that's pressed flat against his face to the other side.
And I just let everything hang and I put the bandana like stuff in one of my pockets.
I button my trench coat up like real. Oh my god.
Do you want to tie your hair up? Because he saw you with your hair down. There you go, look different, yeah. And I give her my head, my hair.
I put that band on.
I meant the hair tie.
Oh my god.
And then we open the door and move in, and I want to like quietly open it, push everyone in, and silently lock it.
It probably squeaks really loud.
Everyone turns to look at you. So all of the black hooded figures all turn in to look at you in unison as you all walk into the door.
I saw our leader walked in here. He said we could come in a couple minutes.
Chef stands up and looks at all of you and says, "They're with the FBI!
I put my hair down.
It's a sting operation!" And they all pull daggers out of their robes
Oh
and
no!
look at you and says, "Get them!"
All right, okay.
Father Corpaffel says, "No! The Lord's work will be done!" And he runs over to the altar. He takes a black book out of his robe, slaps it down, and he begins chanting.
Deacon, grab him!
And the cultists start running at you with their knives.
Great!
I get in front of Holly. Okay.
I'm running
Love
at them?
that. Did
Running
I
at
heal?
all of you, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did
You
we
too.
heal or anything?
You too, as Chef turns and looks at you and grabs you by the throat and grabs your arm and says, "I don't know what kind of makeup this is. You're the same guy from earlier."
I'm going to pull a brand new move that I just thought of off the top of my head. I'm going to gloosh out of his grip.
Gloosh?
I'm going to slough my skin off, turn back into regular Deacon, and try to get away from this man.
Okay. Roll plus weird.
While that's happening, I'm just going to take out my hunting rifle and take a knee and just start shooting people in the legs.
It's an 11 plus weird.
So you guys watch as Deacon flips off and a full alien, gray skin alien with big black eyes just appears in the middle of this undead cultist room.
And then I go... at all of them to try to scare them. I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can maybe free some of them.
Chef definitely is not going to be able to do anything for the next couple seconds.
Excellent.
He's freaked the hell out.
Okay.
Esteban starts he takes out a couple, blasts him in the legs.
All right, I turn to Derek and Holly. He's like, get in there, as I just try to, like, injure as many as I can.
Yeah,
Holly's
Derek follows your lead. He, like, roundhouse kicks one in the face and tackles another one to the ground, and he puts the crossbow up and takes a shot at Joseph Crabapple, who just smacks it out of the air with his book, smacks it down, and then puts the book back down and begins chanting more frantically.
That was awesome. Anybody else see that? That was awesome.
I did not think that was awesome. He reloads his crossbow.
Deacon, the book!
I'll try to use my telekinesis on the book while everyone else is stunned.
Roll use weird.
That's actually pretty good. 11. So I have 2 options. I will choose to take no harm from my telekinesis, and I will set the book ablaze.
As you lift the book up into the air, he's finishing chanting, Klaatu, Verata, Nikto!
No.
Just as the book burst into flames, he finishes the incantation, and you all hear as you look as the walls of these catacombs, the dirt falls away, and all of the ancient bodies that were buried here start to claw their way out. These zombies, much more skeletal and decayed than the ones you fought before, start to claw their way out of the walls. But they do not seem to discriminate, as one of them just grabs the nearest cultist and drags it, and they start ripping him apart.
Not fire, get it! It has the magic words!
The book is burnt to cinders, and Joseph Crabapple just drops to his knees and is screaming and crying frantically. It cannot be stopped!
I say we let these guys deal with these and we get the hell out of here. And I'm going to start running for the door.
I turn to Derek and I go, the book's gone.
But they're still alive! And he shoots a bolt right through Father Cravapple's neck. It will never be stopped! As he falls dead. And
See, this guy has honor. He's gonna finish the job. We should probably help him.
There's a lot of zombies in here.
I know, but still.
I'll start shooting zombies, I guess. No book.
roll a kick ass.
Again?
I want to stand behind Esteban and pick up a couple
You roll a kick ass as well.
zombies.
12.
Okay, sick. What are you doing?
I will gain advantage and I will give +1 to Holly.
Okay.
7.
Okay, so on a mixed success, Holly, one of the zombies pops out of the wall right next to you and grabs you and bites into your shoulder, but the thick trench coat that you put on prevents it from sinking too far into your flesh. You only take 1 harm from the bite. You're quickly able to wrench your shoulder free, shove your pistol, your FBI issued pistol, into its mouth, and just cap that zombie right away. Esteban, you get 2 in 1 shot with your hunting rifle. It's just right through 2 heads as both of the zombies popped out of the wall to attack a cultist. Weirdly, the cultist spins to you like you just saved his life and is confused for a moment, but then narrows his eyes and starts sprinting at you with a knife.
I go, wasn't for you.
You pick the rifle up to take him out, but Derek just takes him down to the ground and just knifes him in the back of the head.
Knifes him.
He's really cool.
Holly is going to try really hard not to get hurt.
Okay. How?
That's her action. Hide behind Esteban.
Roll act under pressure.
Okay. Pretty good. 7.
Can I... Well, she's already rolled. I can't help her out.
You dive behind Esteban and just try to hide like in between his legs, and one of the zombies pops out to attack you, but because you're hiding behind Esteban, it goes for him instead, but all of the rubble and everything from the wall falls on top of you and you're trapped underneath like some rocks and dirt. Esteban, you look down as you see Holly is covered in dirt as the wall falls away and there's a zombie scrawling and clutching at you.
I would like to get that zombie first, so I'll just take my pistol and try to shoot it.
Yes.
And
Deacon, you've fully made it out of the mausoleum at this point, up the rope ladder. You're supernaturally fast, so.
I noticed that my friends aren't following me, huh?
Doesn't seem like it.
That's a 7 to kick ass.
So this zombie bites into your thumb, and you take 1 point of harm that is not negated by your armor. But you use that to just press your thumb through the roof of its mouth as it is weak and decayed. You put your other 2 fingers through its eye holes and just rip off the front of its decayed skeleton face. And its gooshy brain just falls out, and black ichor just falls all over the floor. Holly, you feel a little bit of that get on you.
That's my bowling thumb.
That's my bowling.
And I throw his face, and then I try to help Holly out of the rubble.
Yeah, you get Holly up out of there.
'Cause she don't feel so good.
Derek has taken out 2 more of the cultists, and it's just 2 cultists left with knives, and then a few more zombies crawling out of the walls.
I'm gonna run and get Esteban's car with my special key and bust through the front gate and pull up to the front of the mausoleum.
Ooh, don't scratch my car.
You hear from upstairs.
I would say.
And when I get in front, I'm going. Dur,
And
dur, 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 dur.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna help Derek finish off the zombies.
Okay, roll to help out.
Come on.
Can I choose to shoot zombies?
Huh?
Can I choose to just be shooting regular?
Well, roll to help them out, and we'll see how good it is.
I'm bad at that. Ooh, 6. I'm bad at that.
So another one pops out of the wall right next to you, and grabs onto you and is holding you, pinned you flat against the wall as one of the cultists comes up and digs his dagger into your gut for 2 harm, but your armor negates this, but you are unable to do anything. Derek just puts a bolt through that zombie's head that was grabbing you and releases you from its grip. Holly, you're still down here.
Am I just stuck?
I helped you out of the rubble.
He helped you out.
How far am I from the door?
You're all right next to the door. This is very
Is
small.
there zombies in between me and the door?
No.
I would like to sprint out the door.
Okay, Holly just gets up and sprints out of the way.
Sorry.
The cultist comes back up for another knife attack, and this time digs it into your shoulder and just wedges it underneath your armor, so you will suffer another point of harm from this.
Okay, you want to play this game?
But then Derek is able to grab him and tackle him to the ground, and he's like holding him flat on the ground. As you just draw your pistol and take him out.
And I look for any more zombies that are coming for Derek.
It seems like the walls are falling away and crumbling. The roof is beginning to crumble in here now as these bodies are crawling, like almost impossibly from all directions. These zombies are falling out.
I grab Derek up and I just throw him into the hallway. And
He's like, what are you doing?
And I throw him in, and then I run back and I close the door, and then I just like look at him and I go up, and make our way up the ladder.
You all frantically climb up the ladder as you see Holly and Deacon are in the graveyard up top.
I run to the car, and as I run, I look at him in the eyes and I go, out!
I quickly scramble into the passenger seat. I take my key out though. I hand it in my pocket.
I jump in, and I put the car in reverse, and as I do, I pick up the phone and I shove it in Deacon's face, and I say, tell JFK Nineveh, and I turn the car to the road.
Oh, man.
What the hell is going on?
Dad, turns out there was a book that brought them all back. I think I made an oopsie and burned the book, so I don't think we can fix it anymore. Nineveh needs to go.
Say no more. As you guys are driving away and Derek is keeping speed on his motorcycle, you guys exit the town of Nineveh. As you look above and you see like a Black Hawk jet fly over, and like 30 seconds later you hear. As Esteban, as you guys are driving away, you just adjust the rear view mirror. You see a huge, like a Kira bomb.
I see the bomb and I go, ooh, and I turn the mirror so we can't see it anymore.
While I have you on the phone, do you want to debrief the test one?
Hey!
Good work.
Really?
That could have been a lot worse. Nineveh has been deserted for years. The population said 3,000, but it should have been 0.
Hey, can I ask one favor, boss?
What's that?
Can you not put me on any more zombie missions?
When zombies come calling, Sword will be there, but yeah, we have a bunch of other agents. Yeah, we can put you guys on something else. There's some vampires and werewolves and other stuff that you guys are more, your speed.
Never thought I'd be happy to hear about werewolves. Thank you very much.
Look, believe me, you guys did great. A zombie outbreak, that's not nothing anybody's ever prepared for, but I think you did a good job, as good as you could have done.
I like hold the phone like this, so it's like coming out to like the rest of the car. It's like, see, he said we did a good job. Built the whole town. It's fine.
Look, just come back to base, and we'll all try to just forget that this ever happened.
I would love that. Thank you very much. Love you.
I love you too, Holly. As you hang up the phone, you are speeding down the highway, and Derek is speeding right next to you, and it comes to the part in the movie where there's the straight road and then the off ramp that goes off in the different direction, and Derek just like looks over at you and puts on his sunglasses and just solemnly nods.
It's nighttime.
And he puts them on.
Esteban takes his sunglasses off as he looks at him and puts them down, and we just share that nod.
He gives you guys a thumbs up and revs his motorcycle.
So long, Night Ranger. Into my car. I turn and I go, wow, that guy was really cool.
Yeah, you guys seemed a lot alike. You're both kind of like gross and dirty.
Mean. That was mean.
I mean that in a loving way.
Okay, well, I will, I'll have to say, Deacon, that hunch you had about the tattoo and all that, you were right on. So, great detective work. Holly, thank you very much for talking to your ghost and getting us the password.
Just going over my notes here. We really didn't figure a whole lot of stuff out, I guess.
This is the part where you...
Thank you for
Give you the notes.
Thank you for making us not die.
Thanks for protecting me.
You're welcome, both of you. We did great. We're a great team. Esteban turns and his arms are all bloody. There's just blood all over his face and his hair's down.
Yeah, you guys are covered in dirt and sweat and scratches.
Holly is like about to die.
you reminisce on your successful mission and head back to base, and we'll find out what your new monster is next week.
Yay!
I've been wearing Zubas this whole time.
MC Hammer.
I also haven't been wearing pants.
Add up. Boom.